Hello viewers, how are you today? Good to see you again. Good to be back with you on your favorite program, La Lumiere. We're very excited today to be discussing a topic that's very close to my heart. It's on the topic, it's more than a job. Today we'll be looking at the lives of two wonderful people. We're considering, like I said, it's more than a job. You know, some years ago, while working in a consulting firm, there was something that was attributed to the founder of the firm. It was a phrase he liked to say, which is, do you want to be or do you want to have? He said, if you wanted to be, that means you wanted to grow in competence, you would stay in the firm. But if you wanted to have, you were more than welcome to go to another place and enjoy the proceeds of having worked in that organization.
Thank you for this opportunity to be on this program. It's a wonderful opportunity. I'm James Osumah. Actually grew up in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, to a family of 8, being the first male. It's actually a Muslim family, but probably I'll tell you the story of how I got converted later on. And schooled in Ibadan. My primary, secondary, and university was in Ibadan. And before getting a job opportunity to come to Lagos. It's been a wonderful family, and I think my passion actually started from days of reading comics and trying to scribble what you find in comics, and I think that was where my creative passion actually started from. And from there till now, it's been a wonderful journey.
So which comic books in particular did you like?
Name it, from the DC comics to Archie, Reggie, Jughead,
Tom and Jerry?
yeah, Tom and Jerry.
Okay.
All the legs, yeah. Actually, I had a sack full when I was young.
Wow.
So anytime I'm going for lunch, breakfast, or dinner, I'll have a comic tucked behind me.
I see.
To bring forward. I was able to make a tutu, but considering what I went through, I knew making that tutu wasn't my doing, because anybody that was in that were the kind of people tagged as NFAs in those days.
Ambition.
Yeah, because we were like, where was the next party? Where was the next thing? Was what we're.
You, James?
Yeah, that was
Wow.
what I was after then.
Okay.
And so when I had my extra year, I walked up to one of the doctors, one of our what's it called, dean. And as I was entering her office that day, I told her, sorry ma, I have an extra year. And she was like, she just looked up from her desk and she just said, better go and give your life to Christ. And she just turned back and just continued what she was doing. To me, it was like, what are we saying? What is she saying? But I think it was just God's way of starting the process.
Okay.
And one thing led to another, and before you knew it, under 1 month, I went for a wedding in same Oyo State, Nigeria, where they made an altar call. It was a simple story, and they made an altar call, and I came out. I went with Muslim friends, funny enough, but I'm sure to them they didn't understand what it was that happened there. But later on, they were like, what's happening to this man? How come you are going to church on Sundays? You don't come to mosque again. And I had a lot of challenge, but I think God has a way of starting things and making sure He puts some things in place.
What's your primary area of strength?
My primary area of strength, I would want to put it as being able to see the picture from what people are saying. I would call it creative. It's more like people think, and let me put it this way. I think more in pictures. When we are having a discussion, my mind will always follow the train of pictures, and in the process of following that train of pictures, I'm always trying to connect the dots. That's why at times I might be quiet, but within me, my mind is actually painting a picture, more like a canvas. A puzzle is forming in my head, and until those puzzles actually make sense, I'm not able to make any actual statement to whoever I'm communicating with.
Okay.
That's why at times when you are talking with me, you see me like closing my eyes so that I can actually see the better picture before making my own contribution.
Good to hear these things.
Hello everyone, my name is Oluwabunmi Abayomi. I'm the creative director of gheritconcept. I started gheritconcept a while back, but along the line I had to stop because the feedback wasn't really encouraging. But in the course of time, a friend just called me one day out of the blues and was like, "Abumi, I need a bag. I need to send a gift to my sister in London and I need something really African. Do you still make bags?" I said yes. At that moment, I really wasn't making bag again, but I just said yes because first I've been making inquiries on how to get better at what I do. So when she said she needed bags, I just said yes, and I got into action and I was able to deliver before the person traveling was going, and they got the bags and I got very lovely feedbacks for the bags, and since then there's been no going back because I just found out that first I'm just somebody who loves to create things. I love to do things with my hand. I love to create things. So I don't only make bags because the thing is, when the opportunity comes to learn, I learn. I learned to make clothes. I learned to make accessories for ladies. I learned to make quite a number of things, but I think this bag stuck with me.
It's become your signature.
Yes, and I've been doing that for a while now.
Very interesting. So when you said you started it a while back, was it always with the African print or was something else?
It has always been with the African print because I am somebody who loves to showcase my culture.
Okay.
I've been in a class, it was a 2 weeks class, and I've been there, and by the time the instructor rather, by the time he came to class, I didn't know he has been noticing me for a while.
Okay.
Then he now asked everybody in the class, "Look at her. What do you think about her? What do you think about her outlook all the while?" And the first thing most people said was African. She's always the African person.
Yeah.
Because it's either my hair is in plaits or I have a necklace that is really called African necklace, or I have a little touch of Ankara or any other kind of African fabric on my clothes and all of that. And I've been somebody who loves to showcase my culture and tradition. I love to have it done with the move of the moment. The move of the moment, so that we don't lose touch.
It's trendy.
We don't lose touch of the culture and of the trends too. You match them together and you get something beautiful.
Let me ask you on that. So you say you are proudly African. I mean, that's what I hear. Most times I hear proudly Nigerian, proudly South African. I imagine that is deliberate. So does this mean that each of these products represent a different part of the continent, or what? So I see Kente. I know Kente is associated with Ghana.
Yes.
I'm not sure I can relate to that one.
Dashiki. This
Dashiki. That's
particular
Western
fabric
Africa.
is called dashiki.
Dashiki.
But this dashiki trends most for Africans in the diaspora.
I see.
They love this very
Yeah, I can imagine
fabric.
this looks trendy, especially with the, what do you call that, the handle?
It's the handle, but it's
Okay.
made from wood.
Yes, I can see that, yeah, it's beautiful. So welcome back, viewers. This is lumiere J. If you have just joined us, we are in the concluding segment of a very important topic, more than a job. So this is where I asked the question, the legacy question. And so, Bumi, let's start with you.
I would like to be remembered. First, I'm going to say that I'll take just like a line of Beyonce's song. It says, "I was here." The song says, "I was here," that people would be able to say that I was here. That's the legacy. I would want people to remember me for being the help when they needed help, being the teacher who didn't hide anything from them.
I think mine too is almost stemming towards what she's sharing. And when I started learning how to use computer, in those days, computer was a luxury, let me put it that way, and it was only few graphic designers who were using computer, and then it was almost the same thing like what that person she's referring to was doing. But over time, I found that even my just standing with anybody with under 2 minutes, I'll be able to pick up the skill and practice on my own.
You're a master lover.
But one of the beauty of it is when I now teach these skills to people, I learn more.
Yeah, that's one fundamental principle.
And this has really helped my career a lot. As in, anytime I have the opportunity to teach, I teach people. Anything I have learned is always like it's a freebie to people out there. And right now, for me, I want to be an icon where people will refer to as he impacted my life. And he was able to pass on a skill to me that I can use. He didn't hide anything from me.
Good stuff. I believe you guys, and I wish you the best. On our part, we want to share this with you because when you see this, you remember that you made such
Thank you.
such statements. And for you too, at least you see your bags.
Yeah.
This is you, and that's James, and that's
Thank
me.
you.
So I wish you guys the very best. I wish you the best. Keep flying. Now, viewers, this is where we come to the end of this show. It's been fun. Hope to see you around next time. Bye for now.